All right. And we're back. Three Studs is happening on Zoom. How's everybody
Zoom.
doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Dave, where are you at? Where are you at, Dave? Tell everybody where you're at.
I'm at the Courtyard Marriott in Little Rock, Arkansas, with a big crowd behind me, and I've got 2 double beds, and it's getting wild in here.
Are you there all week?
Huh? Yeah, here all week. So it's our first little Zoom remote broadcast.
Setting up shop in Little Rock.
That's right. Things are good though. Things are good. Look, getting ready to say goodbye to this international break and get back to it.
No kidding, dude. I need some I hate it when the EPL starts like that and then just pauses for international friendlies. You're like, why the hell are we doing this already? Like,
It's a big
we
tease.
just kicked off the season. Exactly. I'm like, we gotta quit that shit.
Yeah. It's a big
Ain't
tease.
gonna happen.
It is kind of boring. All right. So I guess start with the last matches.
What was the big match last week, Alan?
I don't remember anything, honestly. I don't think anything happened. It was pretty boring, pretty lame.
Yeah.
I was in the car fist pumping on the way to Manhattan when you guys scored the alleged goal that was allegedly not.
2 inches offsides. Literally 2 inches. So much for those big fat lines that they said they were doing.
Yeah. And then
Ten Hag
all hell broke loose after that, it sounds like. And I saw the Rice goal. I'm not sure I saw the third one, but
didn't matter.
I don't know if it could have been stopped. It was one of those kind of nearly point blank, and just he got his hand on it, but
we pushed everyone forward for that third goal because we were trying to tie it up.
Right.
So it was like whatever. But yeah, Trent, what were you saying? Couldn't quite hear you on that last.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it was definitely a match that I honestly don't think United deserved to lose. I thought it was draw written all over it. I don't think Arsenal was all that good. They eked it out, but I thought we pretty much nullified each other. It was a worthy draw, if you will. And yeah, I was at Skinny's. The back TV was like 20 seconds ahead of all the other TVs.
Ooh, that's the worst.
And I know I hate that. So I sat back there with other, Arsenal fans, which was fine. And was watching it. And when he scored that, I yelled out, but then I was like, he looks like he could be offsides. And
dude, that was close.
And no one else is reacting. So I don't want to ruin it for everybody else. So I immediately had to shut up and just wait. And then, of course, they showed the lines, and it was so close. At first, I was like, please be on side. And then I saw the red and was like, well, there it is.
oh boy. Yeah, that's frustrating. I mean, VAR it can be your friend, obviously, but it's on these close calls, it's almost not worth it.
Well, United went up 1-0 early, and then a minute later, Odegaard struck, or 2 minutes later.
Yep. It's bad. It is bad defending because it was just a simple cutback pass to Odegaard at the top of the box, and Eriksen. No one knows what Eriksen was doing, and even Martinez was yelling at him to stay at the top of the box. And for some reason, Eriksen dropped deep into the box. If he had stayed up, I'm not saying he would have stopped the goal, but he would have at least been in the way of Odegaard and pressured him. Instead, he just Yeah. Instead, he's just hanging out in the box for some reason, along with the center backs, as if he's a center back. And it was like Eriksen. And what was funny is Eriksen's the one that got the assist, I believe, for Rashford's goal. So it was like in a minute, you saw the best of Eriksen and the worst of Eriksen.
Yeah. Sounds about right. 1 minute he's dead, 1 minute he's alive.
Is that the way to sum up his whole career, Dave?
His life.
Poor Eriksen.
He's living rent free on life now, dude. He doesn't give a shit.
He's on overtime.
Hey,
no, but he is a rover. He's one of those guys that he can produce some amazing things, and then just like, where are you, dude? I don't even know where you are on the pitch. He's flighty.
Ricardo, as our token Arsenal fan, what do you think?
I thought it was thrilling. I see myself not coming up on the screen. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I see you. I hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I thought
another fresh cut, dude. Good
I
Lord.
did.
Another one? I thought you were gonna grow it out again.
I should have. But no, I thought it was an exciting game. like you guys said, it was a game of inches. Just seeing the center back just do some twinkle toes back to catch him off sides, and then the 2 goals. I mean, the first one was great. The last one was totally unexpected, and I think it was just the way that he just cut back and watched the defender slide through and just said, "I'm putting it in," just to score it at home. So, I mean, I totally thought it was a draw, but whenever I saw the goal at first, I was scared that the game had left our hands. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, that's soccer for you right there. That's what we watch the EPL for.
The Arsenal goals were late, but we cannot forget the Kai Havertz dive. That was
Oh yeah.
only-
Oh yeah.
I thought it was enough contact for him to go down. So I don't know that I would. You think it's a straight up dive? I don't know that I would classify it as a dive.
that was awful.
I mean, he's got to succeed at something, right?
For Anthony Taylor to call it a dive is shocking as well. So yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know about that. But no, that was a big early test for both teams there, and it was a draw for a while, but Arsenal squeaked those last 2 out. So
what really
see how that
sucks? What really sucks as a United fan is watching us have to bring on Johnny Evans at 36 years old and Harry Maguire because of all the injuries. Because Lindelof had to come off, Martinez had to come off, Varane was already injured. I mean, I'm like, good Lord. And then if Luke Shaw was not injured, he probably would have slid over and we would have brought on a fullback instead. So, I mean, part of me wonders, if we didn't have to bring them on, could we have, stopped that goal by Rice? No promises, no guarantees, but I kind of wonder, had that not happened, could we have kept it a draw?
But I heard the name Johnny Evans. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Has he been on the squad the whole time, or did he come back?
Yeah, he came back.
Okay.
So we tried to sign like Kim and Jay and a couple others, but the wages they wanted were more than United wanted to spend. And then we had to prioritize. What's up?
Was he at Leicester?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they brought him he basically, what I read was he asked to come and practice with United until he got a deal somewhere else. And then Ten Hag was pretty impressed with him and said, why don't we, since I can't seem to sign any center backs and I'm having to prioritize all these other players, why don't we look at signing him on for a 1-year deal just to provide some cover? And then all these injuries piled up, and all of a sudden he's coming on in the final minutes versus Arsenal.
With Harry Maguire.
With Harry Maguire.
I think those two and Eric Dyer should go bowling. I mean, they're perfect for each other.
They should all go play in the championship somewhere, just a 3-back line.
I agree.
And
Or
just
Wrexham.
ride it out for like 45. The gray-haired center backs just.
Yeah.
Luton next year should definitely sign all 3 of them.
Oh yeah, there you go. They should. Not bad, but no, that was not a bad match. United Arsenal. What were some other big results from that weekend?
There was a bad match. Your match. Well, depending who you ask, but yours didn't go so well. And
so I originally called the draw, and Dave talked me into. No,
oh yeah, I did.
You guys are at home, and I was like, yeah, you're right. We should beat this team, and we didn't score a goal, and we lose 1-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. Matt Turner, man of the match, by the way.
Yeah.
Match. Although we didn't pressure him whatsoever.
21 shots with 2 on target.
2 on target, that'll
77%.
Yeah, I was looking at the percentage. I was like that I didn't watch the game, but that's very lopsided in percentage. We've seen these games all the time in the EPL where somebody with 25% just makes it count.
Former United player scoring the winner too.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Mexico game against Uzbekistan yesterday. Uzbekistan had 3 chances. They slotted all 3 chances against Mexico.
Cool.
That's soccer for you right there.
Clinical.
True. That's true.
So Jackson had a couple of pretty good chances and seemed to kind of blow them.
You have to think for a striker, those just start going in at some point, and maybe this is the time they're just not. Hopefully. But the Chelsea curse on a striker is a real thing.
Right.
Let's hope it's not a thing with this guy.
Dude, it's like the Man United curse on the 7 shirt, and then they gave it to Mount right off the bat, and I'm like, well, yeah, just curse him right off the bat.
I mean, it's early days, but Poch had these games at Tottenham. The 1-0 losses to West Brom kind of deal where you had all the possession and there was just nothing to show for it in the end. So, I mean, again, small sample size. He's still trying to get his things the way he wants it.
You would hope that comes with time, just a little sharpness.
But Forest, I mean, that's alarming. That's Forest. You usually don't lose at home to Forest.
Sleepy-eyed Forest. You don't.
Yeah, Chelsea's not helping my relegation prediction, so thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Right. That's all right. Ricardo's Luton prediction is not going so well. So
The dream is still alive,
it is alive.
As long as we stay top 17, we should be safe. Because I do see that Everton and Sheffield are both, 1 point. So
Yeah,
they drew, so the first points of the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Trent, curious on what you think of Caicedo so far, because I've seen some people online kind of getting on him, just not quite performing like he did at Brighton.
Yeah, I don't give a shit what they say. He's still settling in. He was actually playing for Ecuador recently here in the Common Bowl. World Cup qualifying's already started in Common Bowl, by the way.
Oh wow.
So he's getting some matches in. He's hopefully getting settled into London now after this weekend. I'm not too worried about him. He's a pretty good player. He's still young. It's early, like Dave was saying. Give him some time to play with Enzo. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
It's a massive signing, though. I understand the criticism fully, but I got faith in my boy.
He was quality at Brighton, so I imagine he'll come around at some point.
Yeah, you would imagine so, but we'll see. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Ricardo, what other games we got?
After that one, well, we had the thrashing of we started the week with West Ham versus Luton, the 2-1. I thought the Mexican Machine got game of the match, player of the match, which seems like he can only do in England, not in Mexico. But that was a pretty good game, I thought.
He's a good player, man. That's Declan Rice Jr. for West Ham right there.
Which guy are we talking about?
What's his name? Alvarez.
Edson Alvarez.
Yes.
Wow.
He's been rumored with a lot of Premier League teams the past 2 or 3 years, and it finally happened. I know Chelsea was going after him at one point. He's a quality player.
He is in the back, but I feel like he lacks a lot of creativity up top. I wish he was a creative midfielder, the type that we really need, someone that could break lines. But I guess he's turning into more like a Rafa Marquez kind of type of guy.
That's not a bad guy to mold your game after.
Not at all. Not at all.
Dave, he was at Ajax for a bit.
Okay.
And now he's at
Watch
West Ham.
some of that. Bowen's on fire again.
Mm-hmm.
Underrated player.
Probably player of the year right now.
Is he with the England squad? Was he with the England squad?
No, wasn't.
I don't think so.
I don't think he
Got
got
a
called.
Southgate guy.
I don't think so.
Jordan Henderson's still on there though.
Dude, he's pulling Maguire and freaking Phillips. They're not even playing. What is Southgate doing?
He's got his guys, I guess. Man.
He does.
He's way too loyal.
Boring Southgate. We'll call him that from here on out.
Yeah.
And then he had a
Mr.
controversial
Brown.
take against Phil Foden. Did you guys hear about that?
What'd you say?
Him and Phil Foden, Southgate, and his words against why he isn't playing Phil Foden because he doesn't know what role he plays. That if we wanted to know, to ask Pep. Pep knows exactly where to place him. But
Foden is so good, you could probably play him anywhere across the front line or an attacking midfielder. I don't think it matters. You could play him as a false 9 if you wanted.
Sounds like Greg and Gio. Jesus, just put him on the field, buddy.
Exactly.
That's what I see a lot of the criticism is online, is because you can't use that same argument with someone like what's the guy we were talking about just a second ago, Maguire.
Oh yeah, Southgate came out in full defense of him. By the way, did you see that Scotland match?
You could play Maguire across the front line anywhere. He would be just fine. Did you see the goal he took yesterday? It was beautiful.
That was a great finish.
It was an own goal, right?
It was an own goal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
geez.
saw some post on the EPL page about that. I missed it, but par for the course, man.
That's
Yeah, Southgate, you watch him, man. This dude, all he cares about is keeping form around and passing around, low risk, and he's got all these players. I mean, this is a golden generation,
low risk is a great way to put it. Actually, that's
and
a
it's
great.
stupid. You know, I don't get it.
But in international play, it seems to work because the quality is not quite up to what you face in like, club level, Champions League, stuff like that. So I feel like you sitting and waiting can get you into almost any tournament semifinal, just
No,
kind
and
of
it has.
playing
He's been to the
back and
final of the Euros and the semifinal
Exactly.
of the World Cup.
and so
lot of
once
It's
once
A
just
lot
you
of
get
boring 2-1s, 2-0s from that guy.
yeah, once you get to those semis, I mean, you could win a one-off game and make it to a final.
right. That's his hope. England hasn't won since '66. He's wanting to be the guy to well, all of them are trying to be the guy to do that, but he's come the closest.
So I don't know why I wonder this, but if Eddie Howe gets dropped at Newcastle because Newcastle isn't quite playing great, do you think they try and look to maybe replace Southgate? I mean,
Pep is supposedly the next guy in line.
yeah, right. I think
That's
ridiculous.
I read an article this week.
That
Pep
seems
where?
ridiculous.
I read a lot of articles, but
Where?
I don't know. Probably clickbait.
No,
the
Sun.
Sun, the Sun put it out.
New York Times.
I don't know what it was. It was online.
Pep
It
for
was,
the
it was in
England.
between me looking at porn, so I kind of got
It
lost.
was
It
this
was-
month's.
It was the
It's-
Little Rock Journal. He read it this
Yeah,
morning.
that's right.
The LRJ.
It's actually the Conway Times, just up the road.
What
I
is
heard
that?
I heard a nasty little rumor today. If Eddie Howe, if things go bad, Jose Mourinho,
Oh, dude,
Newcastle.
It's
I-
nowhere near that.
I
No?
love Jose in the EPL. I want him back. The quotes,
hate
the
him.
antics. I love it.
Great television.
It's great. I would be happy to see him back at
Eddie
Newcastle. It'd
Howe's
be fun.
fine.
You think?
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, they got him to the Champions League. I know there's high expectations, but we all said they'd fall off a little bit. And
They have
Again.
3 points right now, Dave.
I know it's still fairly small sample size. They've got the players. They just need to.
Saudis aren't patient, bud.
Huh?
Saudis aren't patient, bud.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Claudio Ranieri won it for Leicester, and the next year he got fired. So
Yeah, but that was a perfect storm coming together that season.
yeah,
You lose
All right.
Mahrez and Conte. What are
Let's
you gonna
get to
do?
some of these results, though. So we had Sheffield, Everton, drew. Liverpool 3-0.
Everton's on the board, boys. Everton's on
yeah,
the board.
right.
Everton's on the board. Yeah, Liverpool 3-0 over Villa. They pretty much handled them.
Easily.
That's kind of worrisome if you're not a Liverpool fan. They're scoring goals every match, and
Yeah.
they're not giving them up. Yeah, good luck beating those guys, honestly. Darwin Nunez, why does he not start every match for them?
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, Klopp's trying to keep everybody happy, I think, and plus, maybe keep them fresh for the bigger matches that are going to come.
They have a lot
later.
of other, yeah, they've got a lot of matches, I would imagine. So
They're going to
but-
compete in everything, I imagine. So
every time he subs in or plays, he just does something dangerous and puts a goal in, or
yeah.
he's always making dangerous runs. So.
Oh, hey, I will mention. I know this is tracking back, but I was pretty impressed with our striker finally getting to make his debut against Arsenal. He looked like he was holding the ball up pretty well and making the defenders kind of worry about him and stuff.
Blondie.
So, yeah, Martial, man, was like non-existent. So the second Højlund came on, I mean, holy crap. He just having that focal point and an actual threat in the middle of the field, I think could make a big difference. So I'm hopeful. It'll be a good thing. But yeah, Dave, what about your game? You guys smashing
man.
Burnley.
I got to watch a little bit of it before I had to hit the road. And don't tell anybody, but I think I had it on my phone in the car video as I'm driving up.
Did you put it on your
I-35.
dashboard or just kind of?
Yeah,
watch it as
kind
you
of,
go?
sort of up by the vents.
Fully
But,
erect.
No, I mean, let's face it. We pulled Richarlison and put Son up top and put Solomon, the Israeli, out on the left, who got 2 assists. Son had a hat trick.
Hat trick for Son.
Yeah, so I keep saying this small sample size. It worked. Okay, so we'll see. I don't know. I mean, we've got not this week. We got Sheffield United at home. Then we got the North London Derby. So there's decisions to be made regarding if we're going to go back to Richarlison, who has had a little bit of a knock. So I don't know if that was the reason, but obviously we unlocked the team in that game. But so we'll see. I mean, Son's not typically your number 9 just like that, but 3 goals. It was all clicking.
He'll be my number 9 with 3 goals. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And Madison's just on fire. I mean, it's
Dude,
amazing. So
He's been a great signing. He's been a great.
Yeah.
Price you guys that is remarkable when you look at all these other bullshit transfers throughout the world.
Yeah, it's all coming together because our front 3 was kind of the problem, so to speak. They weren't quite clicking, and that's the first time they really all clicked together. So consider who we were playing, so
you put 5 goals in. What do you? Yeah,
right. So very happy. Everyone's just ecstatic that we've got a coach that wants to play aggressively and no apologies. And so all the dark clouds are lifted, but we're going to get hit in the mouth at some point in time. And it's going to be interesting to see how everyone reacts.
You've been saying that since week 1.
Yeah. Well, we did get hit in the mouth by Fulham in the EFL Cup, which we had 9 different players in. So that's part of it. But no, I said North London Derby's coming up at Arsenal in a couple of weeks. So what better test to kind of figure out where you're at?
What weekend is that?
The 16th, I believe. What are we? No, the following, like the 24th or something like that.
Oh, the 29th?
Where are we
or
at?
The
next?
24th?
13th. Not this weekend. We played Sheffield United this weekend. The weekend after. It's the Saturday after.
The 23rd?
I think so.
We should go to Skinny's for that.
Yeah, I'll probably be there.
Can we film there?
Yeah, we should, right?
I think we should set up out there.
Oh, it's Sunday, the 24th at 8 in the morning.
Okay.
Oh my God. What else is on that day, Alan?
Chelsea and Villa, which will be pretty good. Ooh, Liverpool and West Ham. That'll be pretty good too.
That's a dangerous day for everyone.
Dude,
let's go live on the patio.
These are all at 8. You have like the 3 best games all at 8 in the morning that day.
Oh, wow.
The 10:30 is Sheffield and Newcastle.
Oh man, we should. Yeah,
that'd be pretty fun.
What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I'm down.
Put some things in the works for that one.
Yeah, I'm down.
That's a fun.
Let's do it.
I think they call those Sunday fun days in the white girl world. Something like that.
That's the shameful. We have a conference call on Mondays. That's the shameful trying to hold it all together, just feeling guilty and
hopefully it's a non-video call and you just
no, they're video calls.
Oh, fuck that.
We have to turn on our video just to show we're there half the time, and then we're allowed to turn them off. I just turn them off, and then half the time I'll just play video games and listen to what they're talking about.
Just the third right? You guys have to prove you're alive? What are you guys doing?
Basically. That's what my manager and her boss want us to do half the time when we jump on ours.
Hell yeah, that's tight.
But yeah, I just sit here and play FIFA and talk to them through the audio.
Damn, exposing yourself.
Yeah, so
I'll never watch this.
No, so we're at wrapping that last week up. Man City 5-1 on Fulham.
Boo.
Hey, Tim Ream got a goal.
Yeah, 1 Fulham goal. Tim Ream tied up at 1-1.
Things were looking good.
Oh, sorry, Dave. I wanted to ask you, how did Burnley look? Like, were you impressed at all? Are they playing like they did in the championship? More forward. Did they sit back?
No, they were dangerous going forward, especially in the first half. There were some tense moments where they probably could have put another one in and made the game kind of interesting. And by the time the second half rolled around, we just kind of unlocked them. Postecoglou has been great as making just small adjustments at halftime. He's very good at just seeing kind of the things that are causing us problems and where we can unlock them. And man, by the time they looked up, there was another couple goals against them. And they were just demoralized. I forget the guy's name, but they've got a couple good players that just kept coming after us.
The Brownhill guy. He ended up scoring. Brownhill.
Yeah, he scored at the very end.
And he was really good in the championship last year.
Okay.
Um,
They've got a lot of heart, but yeah, they're just getting picked apart. Their schedule's been so tough.
they just
But-
don't have any points. So I was curious if, Company is changing how he plays to adapt to each team, or if he's just kind of like, this is how we play. And if we lose, we lose,
Yeah, I think he tried to take away the outside from us in the second half. And we just thinking that maybe that would work, and we just carved them up. We just cut inside, and so
You think putting Sun in the middle made the big difference too?
yeah, well, and Solomon out on the left is another one that Son's usually out on the left, and that's really not his natural position, how they have him. And so Solomon, I don't know if you know anything about him. He's an Israeli guy that played at Fulham and at Shakhtar.
Oh, yeah.
Super fast, and he's been a little shaky because he just hasn't had the minutes, and he's kind of fresh and new. But he ended up having a couple assists, so to my point, he was cutting in. Son and him, they just found that perfect space together, and we just were clinical. So
Nice.
yeah, Burnley's all right, but like I said, they need some commoners games coming up because they played City, they played us, they played.
That's true.
Yeah, it hasn't been a fun welcome for them back up top.
Yeah, because them and Luton are on 0 at the bottom of
Yeah.
the table right now.
Yep.
So it's not been a good start for either of them.
Nope.
They had Villa as well. So yeah, that's kind of rough. Ricardo, what else we got?
I think that's it for match week 4. We could move into match week 5.
Ooh, Brighton did beat Newcastle 3-1.
They did 3-1.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, between Brighton, Newcastle, and Villa, those are the 3 teams that, are making their move, or at least last year. So what's happening now? It's been a mixed bag. Villa and Newcastle have been a mixed bag. I mean, they've gotten whooped pretty handily at times, and Brighton seems to be the most stable of the 3, I guess.
Dude, that Ferguson kid, I mean, his hat trick wasn't like amazing, but he was in the right spots at the right time. And one of his goals, that second goal he scored was a nice one. So he was doing the right things.
Yeah, that puts him in 6th. Puts him in 6th place. So Man City first, Tottenham in number 2. Tottenham in number 2. Okay.
For now. Now.
Liverpool in 3rd, West Ham in 4, Arsenal 5, Brighton 6, and yeah, the rest are all there. So that's going to be good leading.
It's going to start taking shape. I mean, this is it. The corner's been turned.
Yeah.
So no more excuses, right? It's time to. Your product on the field is not just it's the start of the season. Here we are.
Yep. Yeah, but Newcastle, they got to start picking up some results.
No doubt about it. They're going to end up with Graham Potter.
And then I think finally Palace beat Wolves in a pretty good match, 3-2.
3-2, yeah.
Ezzy scored in the 78th. Acuna scored just at the end in the 96th minute.
Nobody wants to play Palace. I don't want to play them.
No, they're
always so pretty. Who had the best win of that weekend? Then I guess.
What's up?
Who had the most impressive win of that weekend?
Oh, it's a great question.
I'd say Liverpool over Villa.
Yeah, and Brighton. I mean, they played the 2. Those games were in question before they started, right? I mean, we pounded Burnley 5-2, but it's Burnley, so.
Forest beat Chelsea.
Yeah, I kind of lean towards Brighton just because it was Newcastle.
I agree.
But I mean, Arsenal was a it was a late one, but them able to pull that out was kind of nice. I mean, they did it against some geriatric defenders, but whatever.
I would almost say it's the Chelsea Nottingham Forest game because that was one Chelsea should have gotten the 3 points from. Everyone else, it was kind of expected.
Yeah.
But
and then we had the international break, didn't we, Ricardo?
Boo.
We sure did.
So did anybody did you guys watch all the US friendlies?
Yes.
Pretty convincing results, I'd say. Right?
Oh, the Uzbekistan game was horrible, though. We weren't into it. I think it took one game for us to realize that you can't just rely on your talent and the fact that you're at home. I hated that game. Now the second game, Oman, they did well. It seems like they woke up and they're like, okay, we got to earn this. We got to. And Uzbekistan, that was an awful match. We scored 2 goals at the very end to make it sound better, but
Well, we scored early, and it was a nice goal. It was a great
Yeah.
cross, McKinney, and he had a beautiful touch. Took it down right in the box, and he took on 4 guys and just laid it off for Weah, who hit it one time, side net. And so then you thought the route might be on, right? You're like, oh, 8 minutes in, 1-0, yada, yada. Nope. Took about 90 more minutes to get that next one.
well, and they kept
There's a lot
getting.
of boring soccer in between.
They had 3 or 4 breaks where they could have scored, and that guy couldn't hit a barn.
Yeah.
Whoever that guy is, he's awful.
I'm not sure who that guy is. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's no
He plays for
alarm. There's
Chelsea.
nothing to be alarmed by. They were comfortable, comfortable victories, I guess you could say, but second one being more comfortable.
We had Chris Richards and Tim Reeves starting at center back. So is that the first choice pairing there? I would
Where's
say
Richards
so.
play? Where's Richards play club ball?
He's at Palace.
Oh,
Not
that's right.
Not playing much, but
Hmm.
when he's healthy for the US, he starts. So
What's with
between-
this Lund guy that plays in the Danish second division?
Yeah, man.
How did
He
we
was
end up with that guy? Is he married to an American or what?
somehow, yeah, his mom or his dad,
Hmm.
US. So
Couldn't we pull from a different pot? I mean, that just seems so random, but whatever.
So is Greg Ball back in full effect? Is that what was going on? At least in that first match.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they need Reina back. When you watch either the Gold Cup or the whatever which one it was, where he just dominates. So they'll have to kiss and make up or whatever because kind of need that guy.
Yeah, he
Wasn't
does
that
seem to be a difference
League?
maker.
Nations League when he played last for us, or
Yeah, one of those. He got hurt in one of them. Surprise, but
Yeah.
tournament. Yeah. Yeah, we
But I heard
had
he's-
we had McKinney and Musa and Luca De La Torre in the midfield though.
Pereira it was Pepe, wasn't it? Had a good goal last night.
He subbed in.
Around quick
scored
shot.
both- Yeah, he's got 6 goals in 6 matches. So
Mm-hmm.
Balogun scored again too.
Balogun scored again. You don't
Yeah.
hate that.
That was a nice goal. And we've got Germany coming up within the next month or so.
Yeah, Germany and Ghana.
Their managers got fired.
Are those friendlies?
Yeah.
More
Yeah, they're-
friendlies. Okay.
Yeah,
Germany got beat by Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
handled.
Dude,
Me and Dave watched that one actually.
Yeah, 4-1. He got let go after that one.
yeah.
US played Uzbekistan, right?
Yep.
Did Mexico play Uzbekistan?
Oh, I see where you're going with that. I'll just give the mic to someone else.
Did Mexico play the same team?
They did play the same team. They did.
What happened there?
I mean, Uzbekistan scored the only 3 chances they had. It's just Mexico played well. They dominate well, but I feel like they just aren't creative up top. I wish we had a Reina that was, creative and can post stuff out of their behind. It almost seems like I just don't think they have creativity. But there were some new players that got, their chances to play. So that was pretty exciting to see. But other than that, it was just, a game that dominated but got scored on, in 3 chances. Typical.
Was this at the Azteca?
No, no, this was in Mexico's other home, the United States. I think it was in
Oh,
Atlanta.
okay.
I think it was in Atlanta, in the Mercedes.
Actually, yeah.
They don't play in Mexico. Playing in Mexico is like an away game, it seems like, since they play in
It was
Mexico
a
all the damn
3-3
time.
draw, right?
Yeah, it was a 3-3. It was a nice free kick. Did you guys get to see the free kick?
Yeah, it was.
He just synced it on good old Grandpa Memo Ochoa. So, but yeah.
How is Ochoa still playing? That's crazy.
It's crazy.
He's like the Buffon of
Is he even good at
Mexican
club football,
goalkeeping.
or is it just the national team?
I don't even think he plays club football. He just comes up to play in the national team, really.
they just
That's-
pull him from the stands every time.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't
Ochoa,
play
we
club.
need you. Come on in, buddy.
He's just here for the World Cups. That's all we need him for. And now that we don't have to compete, he might not even have to play club ball anymore.
Good
I
point.
hope he's 50 and still playing.
He probably will. Watch. He probably will.
Who's Mexico's next up and coming guy?
I
Santi
think
Jimenez.
I think it might be Santi Jimenez. If not, Edson Alvarez is up there as well. Those two have it right now.
They're like a 17, 18-year-old dude who's like some system guy in Mexico who's
In Mexico, I can't say for sure. I don't know who's turning it up right now in Mexico, but Santi Jimenez is doing really good.
Well, let me ask you this: do all three teams from North America qualify automatically for the World Cup?
Automatically.
All right, you got
Automatically.
nothing to worry about then, really. I mean, you got, 2.5 years, whatever it is, to figure it out. I mean, everything else is just gravy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You
you
guys
want to
should-
win the Gold Cups and all those things, but you're going to the World Cup already.
You guys should let Ochoa just play striker then. Like who cares about the results? Just switch some positions, mix it up, have some fun.
Might as well, right?
Yeah,
Bring back Campos.
That'd be great. Put Chicharito up top. He still might be able to score some goals.
Bring back Blanco.
Those are the kind of
still
people
do
we
it.
need. Those attacking midfielders like Blanco.
You know
People
what I
that
saw
score.
weekend? Ricardo, you might know this. Do you know Ojos Locos, the
Yeah,
restaurant
I've heard of that place.
in the Texas area? Jared Borghetti had a
Oh.
guest appearance at the Dallas Ojos Locos.
That is funny. You guys
the
should
match-
Google
yeah.
Ojos Locos right now. No promotion. We're not affiliated, but
Yeah, that's a good point. But I
funny.
was like, that's kind of tight. He just shows up to a place like that and for the match. Do you guys remember Jared Borghetti? By the
Oh
way,
yeah.
Dave, I'm sure you. Yeah, you probably do. I'm sure.
Yep.
So it's like a
He's a pretty tall striker.
Latina themed Twin Peaks with soccer everywhere instead of white trash NFL fans like we get at Twin Peaks here in the States.
just
So-
OU fans, just white trash OU fans here in Oklahoma.
I
White
agree.
trash. How racist.
Dave,
Accurate.
they all live in trailer parks. Everybody knows that, and they get their gear from Walmart. Come on, we all know this.
I'm not going to touch that one.
I'm an avid OSU fan, so I have no problem touching that
There
one.
you go.
You can't
No
tell at all. You can't tell at all.
Yeah.
Stillwater Summit Co on his chest there.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
All right.
Um,
what do we got on the EPL for this weekend? I guess.
Wolves Liverpool 6:30.
Don't even get up for that.
Fulham Luton at 9. Tottenham Sheffield 9. West Ham at City 9.
West Ham at City.
Mm-hmm.
That's
gonna be
interesting.
good. That one and the Man U Brighton at 9 as well.
Yeah, we got
Ooh.
Brighton at home, which will be a good
At
test.
home.
I
Awesome.
pray Martinez and Lindelof are back. Otherwise, I'm gonna be worried.
Martinez looked pretty healthy training with the Argentina team, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm
hopefully
just
that's good.
but United always, every time the players come back, they have to do their own evaluation. So who knows? And then we just signed Amrabat on loan,
Oh,
and
man.
he went to the Morocco team, and then apparently in
Yeah,
training tweaked his back, which is something that the United medical team found, but they still signed him because they were like, yeah, it's minimal. But I have no idea how long that's going to potentially keep him. Trent, I hope you keep changing hats just as much as you possibly can. So we'll see. I would like to see Amrabat make a debut, but who knows? We'll
Well,
see.
I forget. I mean, I remember him from the World Cup. Is he a defensive mid? What's his role?
He's
Yeah,
like a center defensive mid,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like a
I thought.
Busquets, but more aggressive.
And he came from where?
Fiorentina,
PSG,
Fiorentina in Italy.
Italy.
They played West Ham in the Europa Conference final last year, and him and
Okay.
Rice.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Him and Rice were having a nice battle in midfield. I mean, Amrabat will cover like every blade of grass. I mean, he works his socks off, which is great. It's what you want in a midfielder. His
So how's that
passing.
going to work with him and Casemiro? Well, I don't, how's the,
I think I kind of have an idea. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation that potentially one of them will sit deeper than the other and
Yeah,
allow
I
the
would-
other one to kind of push up and maybe be a little bit more creative.
I would
I've
love to
seen
see Casemiro take what's his name spot. We were just talking about him.
Ericsson
Ericsson's role, yeah. Take Ericsson's role.
and
yeah, that
Casemiro.
makes sense.
Casemiro scored some goals last year for United. He made some decent passes at times. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think he could kind of do that. And then, you know, if we play a more aggressive team, a City, a Liverpool, we can back off and just play more defensive and then break on the counter with some over the top passes or long passes, whatever. So there's definitely a chance of that. I think Eriksen's a lot better in games against like, you know, a Wolves or a Burnley or, you know, those type of teams that are most likely going to come to Old Trafford and sit back. I think Eriksen is more important in those matches. But in the other matches where we're playing, you know, even like a Brighton or a Newcastle or, you know, stuff like that, I mean, you might want a little bit more aggression in the midfield. Hey, Trent.
Now, David Ginola or Cantona is taking the stage.
And what are you wearing? It looks like you
The
were
French,
wearing like
like
the blue Power Ranger outfit or something.
94 or something kit.
A crock pot full of beers, by the way.
Ooh.
I just want to see how many outfits Trent could change in one
I'm trying. Yeah, this is a French Football Federation kit from the 90s.
Nice.
This is back when Dave used to get laid, so I thought I'd throw it on for him and turn.
Wow.
But continue with your analysis of Christian Eriksen's thighs.
Well, I was just talking about how they should put Scott McTominay in. After all, he's the leading goal scorer. in
Leading
the
goal
Euro
scorer in the
qualification.
Euros right now.
He has 6 goals in the Euro qualifiers.
Did he not have a hat trick for United at one point?
I don't doubt that.
I think he's gotten a double before. I don't think he's ever gotten a hat trick for United before. I don't remember him.
I was at that soccer pub downtown. I think I saw him score 2 goals. So,
Yep. So the top 3 goal contributors in European qualifiers are Bruno, Hoyland, and
Wow.
McTominay, all United in the top 5. And then Romelu Lukaku's in there, and Harry Kane is also in there. But Bruno has like Bruno has like 4 goals and like 5 assists. Hoyland has like 6 goals and 1 assist, and McTominay has the same. So it's kind of weird. But to see McTominay's name up there with all those other people is just odd.
Crazy.
Very odd.
Didn't Portugal win like 9-0 the other day?
Yeah, against Luxembourg. And Bruno had like 3 assists and like 2 goals or something, which is great. But I mean, it's Luxembourg. What's up?
Is that a real place?
Yeah.
Hey, they won a game the other day. They beat like Armenia or
on.
somebody.
Oh, Luxembourg did?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
But yeah, there's like half the country plays on the team. So
Yeah, but and I don't ever hear anybody complaining about European teams playing those big European teams playing small European teams, but they say it all the time about CONCACAF. You know,
That's true.
you know, U.S., Mexico plays a bunch of small teams, but whenever Spain and England 8-0 somebody, everyone it's viewed differently. You know, or am I the only one that thinks that?
That's
CONCACAF gets a bad rap. It's nobody realized till you go down and play on a shitty field in Central America with the altitude, and it's not as easy as you would think on paper.
And the fans are half naked in the stands. I mean, it's distracting. It's distracting.
Going to Costa Rica is a little more difficult.
Brutal.
Malta.
Brutal. That would be the challenge, to see some of these European teams go over and play in the CONCACAF in the Central American region. I would love to see it.
Qatar's doing it. I mean, why don't they come
water
join?
breaks-
right?
If water breaks at 80 degrees and they're going to go play in the humidity of the Bahamas or some bullshit like that,
Right.
pasty asses can't handle that.
Ricardo, what are you eating?
Hot Cheetos.
I want some hot
Lemons?
Cheetos.
My hot Cheetos with lime. You know, a bit of sour
Delicious.
cream.
Delicious.
And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
drinking the Res Dog.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Doing that. Oh, Sky
Sky
Dance.
dance, baby.
Hey,
They've already had we've already plugged them. Keep that down.
I retweeted them yesterday too.
For what?
They had a beer picture, so I retweeted it.
It looked good to you, so you retweeted
Yeah,
it.
that was about it. Hey, have you guys been following MLS at all since Messi's arrival?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Only when Messi plays. I don't pay attention to the rest.
Well, the last night we recorded, they had their first draw, right? Their first where they actually shared points. After that, I have not heard.
They won
Did they go to
3-2.
LA?
They won 3-2. Wait, was that at LA? They
Mhm.
won without Messi, is where I was going.
Why wasn't he playing?
He was away for Argentina.
Oh, okay. The
So
game
he's
MLS doesn't stop for the break.
Not yet. Not yet.
My Timbers beat LAFC and they tied Seattle.
Very true. They did beat LAFC. That was an upset.
Yep.
What do
Who
you
were the
guys think?
who were the aside from Messi and all the Alva and all the guys that went to Miami? Who were the hot players in the MLS? Who's like really breaking through to where you could see them being on
Jordan
our
Morris
national team or another
every
national
year.
team? Who?
Brandon Vasquez for Cincinnati. Forward.
Brandon who?
Brandon Vasquez.
Oh, he played in the Gold Cup or one of those, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I like that guy.
Cincinnati's maybe top of the table at the moment. And
They
he's
are.
a big part. He's a big part of it.
Yeah, they're the top of the Eastern.
Yeah. So he's tearing it up. But no, Messi was away with the national team, and Inter Miami won without him. Of course, they had Busquets and some other guys, but they're like 6 points out of a playoff spot right now.
They
With
were last before he got there, right?
yeah, with like 8 matches left. So
Now they're
can do
talking
it.
about bringing over Griezmann.
I saw that too. Yeah. Is that
What do you
next
guys think he's gonna do when MLS ends? Do you think he's gonna pick up a loan somewhere to stay active, or do you think he'll take the whole
I
winter
doubt it.
season off?
He'll take the whole thing off.
I bet he'll enjoy his time off.
He's full on MLS season now.
Well, that's the start of something big, the Miami thing. I think that's just going to. I don't know how rich the other clubs are, what they can afford, but it would you imagine that that's just going to kind of continue to up the, as opposed to just getting guys in the into their careers that come over from Europe. Seems like they're pulling from a little better stock, and I don't know. It just seems like it's going in the right direction.
There's a ton of young talent too. Ton of young talent as well.
Yeah, I'm guilty of not watching it as much as I should, but
well, the playoffs will be starting soon, so
there you go. I'll bandwagon it.
Yeah, that'll be entertaining. I mean, you should at least tune in to the playoffs. So,
yeah, buddy.
Champions League is on Tuesday. By the way,
Tuesday. Yep.
Really?
I wouldn't know because we're not playing, but
Man United have to play Bayern Munich in Munich, I believe, right off the bat. Yeah.
No way. Tuesday or Wednesday?
I believe Wednesday. It's
This
Wednesday.
coming Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, that's hot.
Week.
Let's see what Harry can do.
What do you think they're at?
It'll be interesting. Now, I mean,
No hat trick for Harry.
we've never won in Munich ever, so I would take a draw. I mean, that would be great. I hope that it's not a beatdown.
Who else is in your group?
I think Galatasaray and Copenhagen, right?
Yep. Galatasaray, the place that I think they say they have a big banner, "Welcome to Hell." When you go there.
I was about to say that's a hell of an away match right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their fans
Love
are
to
pretty
be
loud.
a fly on the wall for that one.
Right. But yeah, Champions League should be pretty good. Do we want to run through the rest of the EPL table or the who's playing?
We should.
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna go
And
grab
then
another beer.
We can look at the Champions League stuff. So yeah, United play Brighton at 9 on Saturday. We start off though at 6:30 with Liverpool Wolves. I think this is at Wolves. It is.
What is that? 3-0 Liverpool, maybe?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting with Wolves, though. That shit can be ugly.
Hopefully it's
Hopefully it is.
I hope it's a draw or a Liverpool loss, but we'll see.
I'm not getting up for it.
yeah, you will.
Dude, my son plays at 7:30 at the Cosmos Invitational thing, so I have to be up early to watch that stuff. So yeah.
South Lake? No kidding. You might see Mario and
I know, yeah.
George over there.
Yeah. I think they've been doing the older kids, but yeah, it'd be cool to see them if they're around. Say
They'll punch him in the face, yeah. Body slam him.
Villa plays Palace. Fulham plays Luton.
Dude, that's timeout. What time's that? Villa and Palace. 9? That's a big match, right?
I wouldn't touch that one on the betting.
No, not
Who
at
knows
all.
what the hell's going to happen on that?
Where-
Yeah, that could be exciting.
Where's that at?
Palace is 7th in the table. Villa is 10th. They're only separated by 1 point. So yeah, that should be actually a good match.
That's saying something about the EPL's current state of affairs, that some of these games that you never would have given a shit about, now you got Palace and Villa, and it sounds awesome. Like,
Must be.
it sounds 3-2-ish,
Right.
you know?
Oh yeah.
I love it.
And you want to tune in. You want to see what happens.
Right.
And especially when they're both fighting for the top half of the table, like at least already. It's at Palace.
Selhurst.
No. I'm sorry. It's at Villa Park. My bad. It's at Villa Park.
Villa.
Tooten plays Sheffield. Should be probably another dub for Tottenham.
Sheffield's a little bit of an enigma, but yeah, I think, being at home shouldn't be a problem.
Now, probably the big match on Saturday is West Ham and Man City, other than Man United Brighton. The West Ham Man City, because I think it's at West Ham. Yeah, it's at West Ham.
Oh
So
boy,
that should be pretty good.
East London's going to be alive.
Little 2-2 there, maybe. Who knows?
Some
Hopefully.
bubbles flying around.
Pardo, you there for a little double action? A little 2-2?
I don't know, man. It's tough to say. It really just depends on how the game plays out. See who wins, who strikes first, and what happens there. But I'm interested to see how West Ham does. I think
West Ham's gonna set the piece shit out of them, dude. Ward
so?
Prowse,
I totally go 2-2 in that one.
think.
West Ham on the counter with Bowen. I mean, they've been looking pretty silky, and you got Ward Prowse setting you up for either a free kick or an assist on a corner. He's been looking salty. That's been a good transfer right there. Is Ward Prowse?
Oh yeah,
I think we all just hate Man City so much we're talking us into like this being a match, and it's gonna be 5-1 by the time we.
well, it's possible. It's just that West Ham they've looked better than they have in some time.
You're right.
So,
Well, they had a good season. What, 2 seasons ago?
yeah,
And then they kind of fell off last season, but they still won the Europa Conference.
This is their game day. Like when you're winning these games, and so game day decides to come and cover your. This is their deal. So it's kind of an early moment of truth.
this is their Monday night football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right, Trent, you guys got Bournemouth. I think you're at Bournemouth's place.
There's a
Ooh, I'm not touching that one.
Solanke.
Funny stat going around. The last time we wore an alternate jersey away to Bournemouth, we lost 4-0.
What?
And we're doing that this weekend.
4-0 to Bournemouth?
Yeah.
When did that happen? 2
Emerson's
seasons?
last year, so Giroud's last year too, maybe 19,
Oh, okay. Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
I don't know,
They're a tough bunch down there, especially at home.
guys. I'm not picking us to win that match whatsoever.
They can
No.
be beaten. They can be beaten, but I'm just telling you, they're up and down. They're dangerous. Solanke, they got that other guy, that Welsh striker they bring in.
Solanke, Chelsea youth product.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To me, Chelsea looks like they kind of go the way that like Sterling and maybe Enzo kind of play. So if those two can do their thing, I mean, then you could probably beat them. But it seems like
So far,
what'd you say?
2 best players so far this season. So yeah,
But even like in your last match, I mean, what was Sterling that good against Forest?
he was doing his thing, making the runs. The final product is never there.
The story is that they're playing Enzo out of position, that he should be the
Yes.
6.
Yep, he needs to lie back a little more.
Yeah,
They're playing him too far forward, right?
And,
Yeah.
well, I say that, and he scored yesterday, advancing.
yeah,
all
but
so for Argentina,
overall, he needs to be where he's comfortable and most, where he fits.
we've had the most possession, most chances, all this yada yada. We're first and should be goals, should be this, should be that. We're not putting shit home, so it doesn't matter if you're not putting those chances home.
And then we got Everton versus Arsenal to finish off Sunday. And
Let's
it's at,
do it, Everton.
It's
Come on.
at Goodison.
We
So
should all wear blue. What do you think, Ricardo?
Ricardo, what do you think?
No, I want to wear blue. I'm there for my friends, but I don't know, man. Arsenal. Hopefully, Arsenal can put a convincing W, but I'm not so convinced. I'm kind of worried, to be honest with you. They
What's
always
that game?
tend to do something pretty bad on the games they are expected to win. So hopefully they can do their job. We will find out on Sunday.
Yeah, Everton got one over on Arsenal last year at Goodison. So
That could also be like a 5-0 Arsenal win and put Sean Dyche to the.
true.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting atmosphere, and if something spoils that early, forget it.
Can you imagine they get the L going into the game against Tottenham and the week after? You know, tensions would be high. So
To
we'll
watch
find out.
to watch Arsenal. Are you talking about Arsenal?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to watch Arsenal melt down is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. At least online, to watch the AFT and all those guys go nuts. It's pretty fun.
Oh, that's great television. Yeah.
Gotta think Arsenal goes in there and just. It's at Goodison.
Yep, it's at Goodison.
I'm there to troll for sure. And then
I would
Anything
think
can happen.
I would think Arsenal would want revenge after last season because they were
Arsenal takes that, no question.
because that loss last year kind of started their trend downward to losing their grip on the titles, if I remember correctly. But so I would think they would want some revenge coming back this year. We do have an exciting Monday match, Forest versus Burnley. So maybe Burnley can get on the board, fellas.
yeah. That's pretty even, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's a low on the poll, but they could produce an entertaining match for sure. I don't want company to fail. I mean, I want to see him do some decent things. He obviously got him up, and they were real high on him in the championship. But
Right.
welcome to the big league.
I imagine. I mean, it's gonna be at Forest, so I kind of think
Tough place
Forest
to
is.
play.
I think Forest is gonna pull it out again, and Burnley's just gonna sit on a big goose egg still.
I go with that. Hot off their Chelsea victory.
Right. Do we want to look at what Champions League is bringing us?
I would love to.
Yeah, I'll just say real quick. This Saturday MLS we got Atlanta United, Inter Miami.
That should be a good one.
4 o'clock on Saturday.
Where's Atlanta in the table?
Man, I have to look, to be honest.
Come on, Trent. You're supposed to be our MLS
It's kind of a
ambassador.
big rivalry week because they New York Red Bulls and New York City FC play, and LAFC and LA Galaxy that night. So
No one cares what those liberals do. Like, who cares?
it's a good rivalry week in the MLS a little bit. So tune into that. But yeah, Champions League Tuesday. What are those matchups?
All right. So Tuesday we got PSG and Dortmund.
Go Dortmund.
Young boys.
Newcastle. I think the
Young-
Newcastle Milan game would be pretty
Oh,
good.
that's great.
Where's
Is
that at? Holy shit! That's the
that
first
at St. James's or is that in
It's in
Italy?
Italy.
Tenali has to play his old team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just them being back in the Champions League is exciting enough.
Yeah.
coolest back in that shitty country.
Ooh.
Man City has to play Red Star. Oh man, what a challenge.
Is it away?
Oh nope.
That'd be great.
It's at home.
Yeah, that's going to be ugly.
The away match would be good TV.
He's gonna play a bunch of academy players and just still work them over. Shakhtar plays Porto. Young Boys plays Leipzig.
Ooh, Dave likes that one.
Young boys.
Hey, Lazio plays Atletico, which should be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be so fired up.
That's naughty. Lazio fans are really naughty.
Yeah.
Hey,
Not
Ricardo,
too
what do you think of Barcelona versus Antwerp?
Oh,
I expect a W, nothing less. The game that I'm pretty stoked about is probably the Bayern Man U. After that,
That is.
Arsenal PSV. I think that'll be a great game on Wednesday.
Yeah.
PSV is always looking pretty good. But
Yeah.
other than that,
And
Sevilla starts their run to Europa on Wednesday as well. They're gonna just get a bunch of draws and lose to a bunch of teams and be like,
Right.
we're
Enjoy.
back. Exactly. We're back where we're supposed to be in Europa. Let's do it.
Right at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that United Bayern match. I don't know what's going to happen, but it piques everyone's curiosity.
For sure. Union Berlin versus Real Madrid. That's kind of a cool thing, you know, with Union
Mhm.
coming up the way they did, and now they're in the Champions League. It's kind of cool to see.
Aronson,
Do what?
Brendan Aronson on loan there.
Yeah.
Right off of his shitty free kick goal from last night.
Did you
Dude.
see? Okay, yeah.
That
The
was
announcement
bad.
went nuts, and it was just like right down the middle, and the ball split, and I was like, that was the worst free kick I've
Claim
ever
it.
seen.
And goal's a goal, guys. A goal's a
It
goal.
is claiming it.
How
He's a
about
little embarrassed.
How about Bellingham for Real Madrid? And then did you see? I know England. You know, it's Scotland. They're not a bad team, but they're not elite by any means. But the form Bellingham's in, I mean, he might be the best midfielder in the world already this year, and he's what, 22?
If that,
21?
I don't know.
He looks ridiculous already. His dribbling, his passing, his decision making, his goal scoring. I mean, I think he even plays some defense. I mean, it's very impressive.
A little bit different direction than old Sancho went, and apparently he's in trouble too.
Yeah, he got in trouble several times when he was at Dortmund. He got in trouble when he was with England, and now he's just getting in trouble again. And what's funny is he's used the scapegoat terminology before with Dortmund. So he's kind of playing the same sort of game that he played when he was there.
United should have betted that shit.
Pounds a week, dude.
What, Trent?
He's only on like 350,000 pounds a week. You know.
Only. Yeah, only. I think he just has a poor attitude, and it's not paying off for him, obviously. And Ten Hag.
United probably should have betted him a little harder, to be quite honest, because if that shit was going on.
So, I mean, we courted him for like 2 years, and I remember seeing the reports about his trouble at Dortmund and at England, and that United were a little worried about it. But I think Solskjaer wanted him that badly that they pushed it through, and Ten Hag again is just having to clean up the mess that he inherited. So
Right.
We'll see. But yeah, Bellingham, man. I mean, I didn't watch the England games. I watched the highlights, but I was thoroughly impressed with what he did. And then watching the highlights for him with Real Madrid, he's been pretty impressive.
He's been the guy at Real Madrid.
So yeah, that's the rundown. Do we want to look at Europa? Do we want to knock out Europa? Chelsea? Do we want to look at
If we
Give you
were,
guys a chance.
I got no dog in the fight, but if you want to.
Chelsea's not in Tottenham?
No.
You guys aren't
It
either?
was so was it Brentford? No, it's Brighton. It's Brighton is in Europa.
Okay. Are you guys in the conference?
No, Brighton's in the conference. No, Villa. I'm sorry. Villa is in conference. I think Brighton's in Europa.
Tottenham got no. So Tottenham and Chelsea both have no Europe?
No. Which now we're out of excuses about having tired legs and all that business.
You have no League Cup either. So all you have is FA and Prem now. Okay.
And win the title. Yeah.
top four.
You guys are going to be the freshest team in England.
Yeah.
Well, you would hope. Anything to stay away from Eastern Europe on a Thursday night works for me.
Ricardo, do you have the Europa pulled up by chance?
No, I was checking out how Wrexham has been doing actually.
Oh yeah, give us that update.
Yeah, I mean, they are in 7th at the moment with 12 points, but first place has 15. So, I mean,
Who's first?
Gillingham.
Oh,
With 5 wins and 2
I hate
losses.
Gillingham so much.
Yeah.
seriously?
No, I do.
Yeah. I wanted to hear some crazy story of, I don't know, for some reason you hated him.
No, but yeah.
Gil.
Do they play this weekend?
Do they play this weekend? I actually jumped right into Europa, but yeah, they play Grimsby Town Saturday at 9.
Throwing the guy all over the place. What else do you want to know next? Europa, Wrexham? Jeez, he can only do one thing.
Quick fingers,
that's,
Ricardo. Quick fingers.
I'm on my way.
Ooh.
So on the way to Europa. We got Olympia against What is that team from?
Oh, Liverpool's in Europa.
Oh boy.
Right.
I told them that the theme song for Europa is immensely better than the Champions League
Never
theme
walk
song.
alone.
I mean, great theme song. They get to really enjoy it all season. They're gonna love it.
Fine.
I can't find their match. Are you sure Liverpool's in Europa?
Yeah, it's they're playing Lask Linz.
Ooh, Chelsea's
Austrian. I think it's an Austrian team.
Hey, Sheriff
I
plays
found
Roma.
it.
That should be pretty fun. Sheriff versus
Sheriff.
Roma.
Jose.
Ajax plays Marseille, so that should be pretty cool. That seems like a good one.
Brighton's in there as well.
Oh,
West
yeah.
Ham.
Versus Athens. Brighton's gonna play Athens. Rangers plays Real Betis. Oh yeah, West Ham gets TSC Baka Tabola.
Oh shit! You gotta watch out for them.
It's in London too. Yeah, I'm not sure they'll have much trouble there, but maybe they'll surprise us.
I don't know, man. Baka Taboy is looking pretty good out of the Serbian Super League.
You
Looking
stream them?
looking like a flaming hot lime cheetah, aren't they?
They sure are. Yeah. No, they're looking pretty good.
Is anybody gonna make it to the old pub this weekend?
Oh yeah, I'll be there for Tottenham at 9 on Saturday, and you know how it is. You get the 3 points, maybe you want to stick around a little more, but if you don't, might be a yard to mow or something.
No, you can go get a corn dog at the fair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the fair's
that's
started.
right. We should have had a watch party up there.
Ricardo, you find your drone?
I am gonna try to find my drone. I'm gonna be out there on Friday. So
You lost your drone.
No. I have it. I have it. But I'm gonna try to get some good night shots of the fair without getting caught by la policía.
Gotcha.
So
Well, do we have anything else we need to cover, guys?
no,
What's
that's it.
Do we
Jersey.
want to talk about Pogba or anything? Hey, there's
Alan
a kid.
might like Jersey there.
Is that a Portugal jersey?
That is a porch. That's awesome. Is that a Cristiano Ronaldo?
That is.
That's awesome. Looking good, man.
Braden, it's a school night.
Go to bed,
right.
man.
He's the cool dad though. He's letting you stay up.
Oh, good night. Night. All right, get out of here.
Good night.
I don't know if you guys have seen on TikTok, but there's some AI that's creating messages with Cristiano Ronaldo's voice in Spanish. And it sounds just like him, but he's sending everyone messages saying like a good morning message or a get up or a happy birthday or hey, I know you've had a hard breakup, but you know, good moments don't last forever, so bad moments don't either kind of messages. And it's really funny. And my algorithm's just giving me Cristiano Ronaldo voicemails right now. You guys should check that out.
Are you saying the Three Studs has a TikTok account or
Not yet, but we can make it
Yeah.
happen.
Put out some clips.
We need to.
Alan does fall asleep to Cristiano Ronaldo's voice every night, so that's great for him to know.
Yeah. I stare at his half naked pictures too before I go to bed. So that
Number 17, Cristiano, by the way. Yeah.
young before he had all the work done. With the frosted tips and the messed up teeth. That's what I was.
Oh, there we go. It's like me right now.
You got frosted tips right now, Trent? That's why you're wearing hats the whole time.
Wear my Puebla hat.
I would say things are really going to get picking back up. You know, an international break, it just seems a little slow. And especially like you said, you get the momentum for the start of the season and then it just goes bye-bye for a week and a half or whatever. It's like, come on. So,
hey, what about the I guess we could close with this if we wanted, but what about the Pogba situation?
No,
kind of wild. I guess he tested positive for testosterone. And
Mhm.
I mean, he probably doesn't have much left. So if he gets that suspension, that could be
4-year ban.
Yeah.
They're doing another test, I guess, a second
There's
test.
no way it's a 4-year ban, though, right?
Is that just like a worst case scenario type of thing?
That's what I'm thinking they're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Up to 4 years, but didn't he claim it was something from what he ate? And
Yeah, it has to be the bad cows. You know, that's what the boxers blame it in Mexico. Bad cow, too much testosterone in the cows nowadays. What can we say?
yeah, I've had the same issue. I agree.
Can't believe it. Shocker that Treble is following Juve once again.
Always.
Won't be long before we see Pogba and MLS or in Saudi. So
Let's go. Paul Pogba to Sporting KC.
Whenever he's healthy, I mean, he can kill it, but he likes to get injured, it seems like.
anybody want to put money down that we might get a new NBA stadium before we get the multi-purpose stadium?
Oh
Jesus.
yeah, I heard about that.
For sure.
We'll see.
OKC definitely, or the Thunder definitely are prioritized more than the energy. So
Yeah. Well, I think we did a good job via Zoom, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll save the Skinnies Norman update for a couple weeks.
that's true. That's true. Stay tuned. Everybody stay
2
tuned
weeks,
for that.
right? 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Forever.
NBA Stadium or Norman Skinnies. That's a good one right there. All right.
All right, y'all. I think we knocked
Roll the
out.
music.
Is this episode 4?
Yeah, it's
Episode
4.
It's 4? Okay. Awesome. I think we did it, y'all.
We should be probably on location next time, but we'll line something up.
Skinnies next time, yeah?
Yeah, it's probably about time.
Yeah, we need to knock out a skinnies. We need to get Tyler Williams on here too. We need to get Tyler
Yeah,
on.
he's on vacation, so it wouldn't
Right.
work anyway. So yeah.
Point. That's a good point. You
He's
gotta go live there.
all right,
Good
guys. Well, everybody have a good night.
See you, boys.
Deuces.
See
Later,
ya.
Stubbs.
Signing off.